Hey, bitches.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
We got. Wait, yeah. I got so distracted right now. It's Monday though. We're here on a Monday.
Oh, it's Monday. It's Monday.
It is. Happy Monday, bitches. We are here for week 3 of our June book, Armada by Ernest Cline. This week we read chapters 14 through 19. We are 3/4 of the way done. We are about to have an epic battle next week.
We're going into
I'm
it.
very excited to chat about it. It is a Monday, so I'm sure it'll just be the few of us that, are able to make a Monday work. But we've got Teen here already. Hi, babe. And Ashley is here.
Mhm.
Welcome. Welcome.
Guys, yeah.
How are you all doing? How is everyone else doing? How is everyone's week and Father's Day?
What are you holding? How big is that?
I was about to ask. It's like a 40 of water.
It's just a little cup.
I thought you had a cup within the cup, and I was like, "What the fuck is she drinking?"
It's just a little tumbler. It's like a double wall thing. You see it? Hey, look! I was walking through Walmart and I saw this motherfucker, and I was like, what'll be super fun?
I saw it.
It was like $6 and change.
Yeah.
First of all,
they have some really cute ones.
It's 45 ounces to this line, so you can get 46 ounces in here. First of all, it's bomb. I only have to do 2 of these, and I get all my water for the day. That's not bad, actually.
So I saw you just sipping with your straw, and in my brain, it made me think I had a straw, and I went to go like.
You did not.
I did. I've been drinking it, fine, and then
that's Monday.
Out of the straw. Yeah,
that's Monday shit. That's Monday shit. Hi, Rebecca.
This whole day is
Welcome.
Monday shit.
This whole day is Monday shit. Oh my goodness.
Is. I'm so tired.
Carol is watching. I see you. You could say hello.
She will not.
No, she will not. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so how was everyone's week? Did everybody have a good Father's Day spent with the father of their children or their own children or anything? We're waiting to celebrate. We're going to get together on Wednesday with the fam. I know Wednesday is Juneteenth, but since CJ has it off, we're going to celebrate Father's Day over at my mom's. She likes to barbecue and we like to eat it.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. And Desiree has pie or cake? What is this, bitch?
Totally almost.
Is that keto?
Shut your mouth.
Wow.
It's not time. Almost. But I could
here.
actually totally make this keto. But no, it is not. It is a chocolate cake with chocolate chips inside with Nutella on it and whipped cream and strawberries.
Sounds good.
Sounds tasty.
Something like that.
It's so good. Who's the redhead pioneer woman? It's her cake.
Oh, okay.
So perfectly themed. Our main character met his father for the first time this week, and it was Father's Day this week.
That is fitting. Yeah.
Well done, Dominique, for picking this.
Oh yeah. I knew what I was
She
doing.
planned it so good.
You obviously knew what you were doing, and you picked week 3 to be this week.
Yeah. See how ahead I think, you guys?
I mean, honestly, there's no limit to your brilliance. There's no limit.
It's a hard thing, but I don't even know about it sometimes.
Right? Look at that. finding out things about yourself as you go along in life is just sometimes one of those gifts. Oh, I got a little misty-eyed when he met his dad, and the dad was holding back sobs. Happy fucking Father's Day. Exactly. That was well done. Well put, teen. Well put. Nice mug. I used mine for coffee this morning. Oh, I used mine for booze this evening.
Like that. Doubling it up.
I'm drinking, I think it's Brothers Bond rye. I think it's Brothers Bond, maybe. Shit is tasty, you guys. I don't know if you're a big old bourbon drinker, and it's okay if nobody is, but I gotta tell you, Brothers Bond, which is the like booze or like the bourbon that was put together by the two main brothers in the Vampire Diaries. They created this bourbon, and it truly, all of them are fantastic. They're such incredible sippers. I know that I bought it when we were in New Orleans, and then Tiffany got to take it home to her, I think, daughter-in-law, right? Who was super fucking excited about it, and they had not been able to find it. So it is a good one, right? You're drinking Chardonnay.
I like Chardonnay during summertime.
Ooh, Rebecca Twinsies. I'm drinking Waternay.
Wow. No.
Wow. She's drinking grape juice. I would die. That would have been twinsies. That would have been funny. Right. Huh? Twinsies. I mean, yeah. Did you put booze in yours?
With what?
Did you put booze in your coffee?
What?
There's Mio
in here.
So
no, what's it mixed?
No, I meant Rebecca when she was using her mug.
Oh.
Or did you put some blister beetle in there? Cantharides if you're English, cantharides if you're American.
Houston was yelling at me that I'm drinking bourbon, which I knew, but I didn't know what what's mixed with. Like you didn't tell me what's in it though.
You don't remember what cantharides is? Cantharides? From the Lost Apothecary?
No.
It was. Did you shout no, or were you just shouting over me? Being funny.
No, I said no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's
I literally don't remember.
We got the recipe right here. Look, mine's roughed up because CJ doesn't believe in things not going in the dishwasher, but yeah.
That's how to fine in the dishwasher.
How to prepare. Well, no, look at the lines that are like kind of
like anything though. Any mug in the dishwasher too. Like often.
To prepare, roast and grind in wide basin until thin. Dispense in dark, thick liquid. Wine, honey, syrup. When arousal before incapacitation is desired, such as at a brothel or in the bedchamber. Now, do you remember? I loved Lost Apothecary.
No, I don't.
Okay, well, fuck you.
I always thought that was funny.
Check your mug for green glistening powder next time you drink it.
Rude.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I like to hold up the recipe side in meetings where I think other people need to take a hint.
I like that.
Oh, that's so good. That's what I do too. When I'm mad at him, though. When I'm mad at him, it's definitely this side. It's be careful side.
She's definitely talking about dog caper.
We should make some kind of mug like that, like where you flip it like approach, do not approach kind of thing.
Oh, yes.
Do they have something like that?
Mm-hmm. That's what my vest should have said on this trip that I took last week. Last week. My service human vest, it should have said, do not approach. I was moody, you guys. I was moody. Should not have been approached. We've got water. Teen says, I'm enjoying this one too, Jessica. Other stuff I'm reading is heavy, and this one is so fun. Teen, what else are you reading?
Yeah.
I have all those Lost Apothecary recipes saved in a special folder.
Yeah, what is your side book?
Side book? I love it when you say that too. It's almost funnier when you do it. Especially if we have to say it like we're the Sanderson sisters. Being the special.
Oh yeah.
Scared to know what else is in there.
Mm.
I hope there's like little sachets of herbs in there just in case. So you just keep like a little zippy.
Like a quick.
You know what you
quick
should be
get, too.
doing? You should save all of these because they're scent proof.
On purpose.
In case you need to smell your charm. But also,
recycle, guys. Recycle.
Yeah, these should be reused.
Recycle, reduce, reuse.
And if you really want it to appear sealed, if you want it to appear sealed, you can always take like a hair straightener to the edge here, and then they'll have to rip it when they open it, and then just.
We don't do that to you guys on purpose, so you can use them.
These are reusable.
Like the bags at the grocery store. We're thinking
for anyone who likes to put green herbs in their purse and not get caught. My current side boo is Whiskey with Wolves. Ooh, by our very own Erica Spray.
Oh.
She released that one it was this year, right? Earlier this year. And several of you fantastic bitches pre-ordered, got a signed copy. So fun. She's been in our book club, I'm pretty sure, since like the beginning. She read on and off and then clearly got busy with her own story. So you're going to have to tell us about Whiskey with Wolves because, bitch, like the title alone.
That's fun. A good title. I like me a good title.
Right? Well-titled books. They suck me in. I mean, I do judge. The Bluest Eye. Oh my gosh. The Name of the Wind. You are just reading like heavy. I need like a comedy or like a rom-com when you're reading all those.
Let it break it up.
Hold up. Intrigued by hood feminism. Did I miss something?
That was one of the in teens list, right?
Oh, the next one. Sorry, I didn't see that one. Okay. Bluest Eye. The Name of the Wind. Jesus. How many books are you reading, girl?
More than like you're one to judge. You're reading like 3 or 4 at the same time, the same as I am.
I am. Those of us with ADHD, it's like we can either only read one book or we have to read like 5.
There's no in the middle.
There's no in the middle. There's not like 1 or 2. The only thing is that, as you guys have heard, I like to do different genres so I don't confuse my books at the same time. So if I have a sci-fi, I'm probably going to read like a rom-com or maybe a dark romance. Dark. Like filthy. And then like maybe something historical, magical. I love one of those, like Lost Apothecary, so you just don't confuse them. And then maybe something heartfelt and rough to read, like anything by Toni Morrison. Okay, there it is. Highly recommend Hood Feminism.
Okay, there we go.
Taking a break from reading Irish folk tales because I'm about to be elbows deep in it. Hey, so what are we going to talk about next year's theme?
What? Is anybody?
Are we there yet?
Like you guys spoke, you bitches spoke, and we listened. So
we have ears.
We do, and eyes.
And eyes.
For those who like to read by looking. For those who like to read by looking, and then those who like to read by listening. We heard you, and we've chosen our theme for 2025. We did pick something. We did. That's right. Are you gonna
Well, you
announce
guys
it?
sort of picked it. Huh?
Actually, yeah, you bitches picked it. We didn't.
Yeah.
You spoke and we listened or saw.
Everybody's like
Teamwork.
leaving the live right now to go look and see which one had like the most.
So there
Hello?
were like 50, almost 60 comments on what we should do for our theme for 2025. Right? It was almost 60 comments about this.
Good chunk.
So we chose one of the several or couple that were the most popular.
Anybody have a guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys have a guess? That would be more fun. You guys guess, and then we'll see. Hi, Sherry. Welcome.
We'll say you are correct. Or no.
We did pick something super excited. What's it going to be? Is it banned books? Okay, banned books was one of the top choices. Around the World was one of the top choices. There was one more that was top choice. I feel like you got enough comments for the next several years. Yeah, we're basically just going to go off of that.
Unless somebody comes
There was
up with
some really good ones, and we got pretty crafty with it, but we did choose one of them.
We did. However, y'all already picked our next. How many years?
Wait, are we actually telling them right now what the theme is for next year?
Well, we don't have to. You can just hold out and do it next Sunday.
Let's edge them. Let's edge them.
Edge.
Right. Let's edge them.
That's messed up.
Killing me.
I'm sorry.
It's gonna feel so good.
Every time I read what's gonna be. I think.
So I really liked this week in our reading.
You were right. Finally, you guys.
Really? Did you? I was curious to ask, like, how are you feeling about it now?
She finally liked the book.
Okay.
I did. It finally picked up. I liked the whole week of reading, and because I'm dyslexic, I thought I was supposed to keep reading, but I only was in like 2 minutes of 20, and then I finally like looked at the thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to overread, and so I stopped. I actually really liked the reading this week, but that's like this week of reading in the last 2 books. It was the third week. It was the third week that finally like something happened and picked up where it finally like piqued my interest enough that I could actually pay attention and listen. So it was a lot better this week. But I need week 3. I need it to be week 1. I need it to be page 1, sentence 1. That's what I need.
You know, maybe
could you?
Again, it was mentioned last week, but maybe it's just like you were in a different space when you were reading week 1 versus reading this week, because you know it's like
you said stuff. Remember that? I remember all that.
So,
you've gotten over it being a male author.
What was it this week that like
sparked your?
You?
Well, it started like, so the week started off where they're getting ready to fly on up there, right? And so it jumps in pretty fucking quick to like the juiciness where we're like, his dad's alive. Oh, his dad's alive. Oh, is he gonna meet his dad? Oh, here we go. He's meeting his dad, right? And so like,
would that you have been that excited if it just started like I'm meeting my dad for the first time and I was
bored as fuck the first 2 weeks. Like I considered not reading it.
But maybe it making you that bored gave you that much excitement.
Maybe because like you were that like irritated that it felt boring that you were like, oh my god, one of these weeks has to be really good.
Maybe it wouldn't have been that exciting for you had it not been.
The only reason that I would say that is because in reading all of it and enjoying all of it so far, even though it's not a typical genre that I would pick for myself, I feel like the thrill of each week has been the same.
Yeah, and I would disagree.
And that's just why book club is fun.
No, yeah. So I mean, I know I'm not the only one. I know that Caitlin had a rough time too. I don't know if she's on tonight. And then Rebecca's saying the same thing. And so I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. I just was just like, this is just so fucking boring. And I know that we're getting like a lot of backstory. There was like conspiracy theory in like the end of week 1 or whatever. And so like you'd think that was exciting and like fun to read, especially for me. But I thought that was boring. And I don't know. And so I really liked this week. I think my favorite parts of the week's reading, it was just so sweet, right? Because like when you realize his dad had to leave, and he really wasn't given a choice that he had to leave, but then he spent his entire, what is he, 20 years, 19 years, whatever it was, right? 18 years, however long it's been. But he spent the entire time writing to his wife and to his kids, his son. That was so sweet. And then he didn't want to take him to his room because the whole fucking wall is plastered of pictures of his fucking wife and his kid. That was so sweet.
And they're the same because his room is that way too. Like, not pictures of his dad, but like, you know.
Yeah, his room back home is basically like my dad has influenced every single one of my interests, even though I never got to know him. And so it's the same thing for him. And I think that all of us who grew up when we did, and probably every generation, you know, when you're a teenager, whether it's like 13 or 19, like the whole way up, you have a wall or a section in your room that is dedicated to every single interest you have, everything that makes you you. It makes you happy to look at it. It brings in all of your interests, you know, whether it's music and film or all of the friends or family or people that you care about. It could be favorite colors, or maybe you're interested in, you know, a certain career, and all of those little things just kind of add up into this wall. Whether it was a small area of your room or a big area, whether you're still allowed to do that in your own fucking house or not now. I think it's still like everybody's like, it's kind of personal, and it's like vulnerable to like show off like that part of you, because it's like a lot more open and honest. So I thought that was a really, really sweet, fantastic moment written by a male author.
Yeah.
Go fucking figure. Well done, dude. It's not just some teenage girl's wall. This is a teenage adult boy's wall and a grown man's wall. And it means the same as when you're putting it together at 13 as it does at what, 40, whatever he is now. I can't remember. How old is his dad? His dad was 19 when he had him.
So,
and
like
19. So is, yeah, he's old.
38.
He's like almost 40. He's almost 40.
38.
He's almost 40.
I know, but why can't we just say 38?
Why does that matter? He's almost 40. So anyways, then my entire personality was Leo DiCaprio. Okay, first of all, who could have predicted that he would turn into such a nasty old dirtbag who at his current age looks nastier?
It's sad.
That's so mean.
Than Jack Nicholson looks now.
No, he does not. That is so mean.
He still clean himself
watch your mouth.
No, I will not.
Oh my gosh.
No, I will not. Because Jack Nicholson was better at this exact age.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh, that age, like the age that he is now, it's like 50. I don't know how old Leo is.
Dude, he's
50.
Like, he's like our age-ish. Like a little
older. Like
he's 46,
47,
48. Older.
I don't care. Doesn't matter.
10 years older?
Let's find out.
Like, this is not Titanic anymore.
He's 49. He'll be 50.
The shit went down and he looks like he's been under for 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 20. Anyways, Jack Nicholson, by the way, was super fucking hot in his day. Did anybody know that? Anybody else know that? Anyway,
know that or have that opinion?
Did anybody know that? He was actually really good looking. I was quite shocked because there's not a lot. This is like pre The Shining, like before.
So I'm gonna look him up at age. Would we say 49?
No. I don't mean like he was good looking at 49. I mean Leo DiCaprio looks like shit. So poor thing.
Oh my gosh, she's fucked up. I'm gonna go back to this comment really fast. What is it? So, teen, I actually haven't DNF'd a book yet. There's ones where I really considered it, but
wait.
I,
no,
for
yes,
the most part, have to see it through. What?
Yes, you did. You DNF'd one of our books.
Yeah, a couple, not one.
Thank you. Don't even fucking.
Which one did I DNF?
Last year,
I think
right?
you did one of your own too.
Oh my god, bitch! I think
my own book.
Which
one?
Wait, no, the operator wasn't yours.
No, I didn't read that one at all, though. No, I did read that one, but that wasn't last July. It was the previous July, I thought.
No, it wasn't last July. That's for sure.
No, last year was Wife, Time Traveler, and I didn't read that one at all. But I read that one years ago, but that wasn't why I didn't read it. It was just chaos here.
I couldn't finish your Viking book.
If I DNF a book, it isn't because I'm not enjoying it. It's usually a lack of time and mental capacity, right? I definitely am like a committer. So even if I DNF, it just means I'll finish it later. Like
someday.
I'm not gonna not finish it. I cannot not complete. I cannot not know an ending to a book. And then everybody's like, why waste your time? We have such a short life. And I'm like, it's not a waste of time to find out if maybe the first half was just less awesome than the second half. Or maybe even just the last week of reading. Anyway.
See, I had a book that it took me, I kept picking it up and I liked it, but I just kept picking up at the wrong times. And then when I finally, I don't know, picked it up, I don't know, a couple years later, I totally enjoyed it. I knew I would, but.
What book? Do you remember?
It was it Doomed? It was a Chuck Palahniuk book. I liked it.
Dude, the amount of times I start Chuck Palahniuk books and then push off the ending. It's like he always has a point in one of his books where he's going to lose a little steam and then it's going to pick up and it's going to be really good. But you have to really be dedicated and you have to know how his writing works to be able to push through and finish. Otherwise, you may not be finishing his shit for years.
And all the other books I finished really quickly. It was for some reason that I don't know if it's also because it was a hardcover and like I just had to hold it. Different, like I couldn't just like relax with it, you know.
It wasn't a floppy opener.
Yeah.
You guys, the way a book opens itself.
I mean, I liked
Helen. That is so funny, Ma.
Yeah, I already knew this.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I hear about people that do that.
Huh? Read the last chapter. Right? But honestly, it's like you already know what's coming. Like the fact that I couldn't do it. I'd be like, that's fine. I already know how it ends. That's what I would do. His collection of short stories.
But you want to know how you get to that ending.
Thank you, Jessica. I've never not finished a book either. Oh my god. That is chaos and I love it. All right. I'm wondering if is there any book that we could well, Carol already finished all of our books for this year. Is there any book that we could read the last chapter of first that might help us want to continue the entire book? Last chapter, like as a book club, since you've already read everything this year. And I know you're not going to say August. I know. So
that's what I was about to say. What Teen's comment, like there's sometimes where we know the ending.
It's like when a movie shows you where you're going to end from the beginning, like Crawdads, like Fight Club,
Memento.
Well, so that's what's different about Crawdads, though, is right. So when we saw the ending to Crawdads, right, she's convicted and whatever. But she stuck to her story the whole time that she was innocent, right? And then we find out in the end that she was not actually. So I mean, like there is like a whole
spin that
switcheroo there.
There was a twist. There was, because we could have been like, oh, she gets off on it, and that's great. Good for her. Because he was a piece of shit and she should get off on it anyway. And then we find out that she really doesn't. I mean, or that she really did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was a goodie. That's a goodie.
Yeah. Do you have any comments from this reading?
We didn't know. I think that like this week was just everybody was kind of prepping for Father's Day, and so we didn't have any comments, and that's all right. That's all right.
Do you have any?
I pulled some questions.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, I love that you have.
How
those.
would living in the book setting change you? Now, I'm gonna choose a specific moment of the book, and then you decide. So how would living in the book setting change you? The specific moment in time in which you have to leave your family and can't fucking tell them. How would that change you?
Obviously, it'd make me not happy.
Honestly, I cannot imagine feeling differently than Xavier does in his life. He's 19-ish. He's excited. He's like, oh my God, I get to go save the world. But he doesn't know how long it's going to be for. He has no idea that he's going to be away from his wife and his child for as long as he ends up being. But like, I don't know. I might, if I was 19, thinking
but he knows he's faking his own death.
Yeah. So,
but to save the family, not just the world, but his family.
So he's complicit. He is complicit in what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He knows what's going to happen to his family.
The greater good. So here's like a follow-up question. Is the greater good more important than being able to like tell your family what's really going on?
But if you have the opportunity to save them and keep them in living,
which is what he thinks he's doing.
Really fast. Jessica, we're talking about in the story when his dad has to leave his wife and his son, right? Yeah. So put yourself in the exact same scenario, but in your life right now, you had to leave. You could not tell your family.
Yeah.
The exact scenario that he was given.
Like you live and you help take care of your mom, and you would have to like disappear to literally make the world continue because there is a major
How would
threat.
this setting change you?
Government won't tell you about. Shocker.
I would want to do it, but I would be a very angry, bitter person.
Angry, bitter, sad,
but wanting, but
guilty.
Yeah. And yeah.
And I would probably react in the same way that his dad did, where there you go, super guilty. The not knowing sucks. My answer's too long for here, but my mom really instilled in it. Whoops. That in moments like that, we stay together, choose each other, don't split up. Oh shit.
Even if
this is how I feel.
If you were told that you could save the planet for your entire family and they could live beyond today, you're going to stay together just so you can die today together? That's fucked up.
But it's not guaranteed, right?
Oh, what am I doing?
Nothing is guaranteed.
I mean, the situation is fucked up. Not that answer is fucked up.
I mean, I'm gonna have the sexist answer, but I do think it is a difference when it's a
man versus
being a dad. Yeah, being a dad versus a mom. You know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we do have a mom.
Sort of what Jessica's saying here, right?
Yeah,
Jessica was in the military.
So but we're talking about Jessica's moment right now. Jessica's mom, and not.
Yeah. So like right now, if
necessarily like the dad's life with leaving a baby behind.
Right. Yeah.
So do we put ourselves in that position of having a spouse and a baby?
Really convince
or
me
in our exact moment of life.
Make the difference. You're choosing
where we're at right now from this moment. So Jessica still has, I think, you have underage kids, right, Jessica? Your kids aren't all like grown.
Yeah, but Zach was like a year old, right?
Yes.
Baby.
He was
About,
a
Never
year
even
yeah,
got
yeah.
to meet. Never has. Doesn't even have any memories to look back on.
No memories. Exactly. You have to really convince me that it would make a difference because you're choosing humanity. It's, I mean, for those of us who have kids, it's going to be like, am I choosing to spend my last moment with my family, or knowing that it could be my last moment, or am I going to take off not being able to tell them where I am or what I'm doing, and all I have is the hope
But he
that
was given
taking off
certainty,
is
right?
going to give them more time.
I
He
don't
was given
remember.
certainty that this was actually happening. It wasn't like he was given proof and certainty, right? Not just like,
No,
hey,
he was told that this was what was necessary, and he just wasn't given a timeline. He didn't know how long
This
it
is
would
what
take.
this
He
is
didn't
how I
know.
feel.
Can't take my family now going. You want me to come that badly? We all go. Right?
Right? Like that makes
And
sense.
they can go hang out on like Alpha Moon base.
They're all playing drums, and like we've got a whole relationship of two of the guys up there,
And I
right?
really
Like,
don't want my kids.
excuse me, I'm bringing them. I'm bringing them. If they're gonna
Yeah.
die on Earth or die on the fucking dark side of the moon, let's go to the moon.
well, obviously
I'll do it
if
if I
that's a
thought it was like,
choice, but that wasn't
I
a
think
choice.
that's
Nobody
the
got to bring
difference, though. Is
anybody.
No, it
anyone
wasn't a
in
choice. It said,
military?
"How would the setting change you?" Is what it says.
But you're
How
not just
would
saving
living
him,
in the book
right?
setting change you?
But you're not just saving
It would
humanity. You're
change.
saving your family as well.
Yeah, I would
So
still
it
do it.
doesn't
Like,
really sound
You
if
know what
we're
I mean?
going off the book setting, right? They weren't exactly given a choice to go,
well, he
right?
was, wasn't he?
They
The dad was given a
who?
choice. The dad?
Well, no, like
Ooh,
the
see? That's a good point. He has already been out of his family's life for like what, 18 years at this point, and nothing changed. We're still under threat.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, see,
and
that's the thing he
now,
didn't know. He knew that this was happening. He obviously was unaware how long it would take because he even said in the first letter, like, oh, maybe a couple months or maybe longer.
yeah, no, he had no
right.
idea. He wasn't actually given like full information, which
Well, to be fair, like
um,
when this stuff started happening and, when Earth messed up their little whatever on Jupiter,
yeah.
and they were moving quickly, and they even said like why if they were gonna off us, they could have done this a good while ago.
Yeah.
That
I
was gonna
mean,
be my
I
question
think that
next.
he took off knowing that like he had to like stop something. So maybe he did stop like a threat that was 18
Yeah.
years
Now
previous.
again, we are answering
He
this
didn't
question
stop like
as
further threats,
yeah, but
but
we're also
Peacefully
answering this
understanding.
again. Like, we're answering this question as females, who
yeah.
are more maternal and with our family as opposed to you know so we're going with the average female, and I'm going to go with the average you know father figure who's there to protect
Right.
and would do that. So we're also answering a question, you know, if
Hmm.
where do you know what I mean though?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I do. If someone needed my skill
So
set that badly, then things are automatically open to negotiation. I agree. And I think that, but you need to understand that you're coming at that from a 38-year-old adult, not a 19-year-old child.
39.
Mm-hmm.
So,
19-year-old male father who just had a baby and wants everything to do to
right.
protect
And wants like
his
a
baby
world
and
for
his
his
wife.
family. And so that's all he's thinking at this point. Is it's going to be very different than us. Like, imagine what your thinking was at 19 versus your thinking now at 20 years later.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big difference, and everyone's going to choose something now differently than they would have then. Also, what was your life like back when you were 19? Who were you looking out for?
Your
That kind of
frontal lobe's not developed yet.
bingo. There's that.
It's not developed now.
Mine is. I definitely don't jump over the as quickly as I do. I do hesitate, which
Well, I remember
causes
these.
issues.
I remember your jumping days. That's
Yeah.
151 on fire.
You've grown. We've all grown since those days.
There has been growth. Not a lot, but
Yeah,
there's been
where you drink solid whiskey, where you drink fancy drinks, and where I have grown into never mind.
A
Anyways,
non-drinker.
my
boring.
next, well, I wasn't gonna say that, but anyways, what I was gonna say is in this week's reading, which I thought was also an interesting part, where the dad was sort of cornered into telling his son what his thoughts were on the aliens attacking them, how it's
their
in a specific
theory.
way, the theory with like the movies and whatever that shows, right? And it doesn't show like friendly alien invasions with ET and whatever. So because none of us have actually finished the book, or at least I have not this week finished the book yet, so because we don't yet have all the information, do we think that the dad's sort of theory that they're not really being aggressive, right? They're just sort of testing to see what they do.
What kind of humanity or what kind of life forms we are.
Like, who am I dealing with? Right. Yeah. Who thinks
Testing
that
us.
it's gonna be
definitely
more along the lines of what the dad said, or do we think that they're just fucking toying with them because they fucking can, and they're like, shit, we're bored up here in space?
We gotta fuck with some. Let's just find a world and fuck with it. Come on. We're gonna spend like fucking 50 years doing it, but we're gonna do it.
I mean,
50 years.
If that's the case, that's annoying because
with them, right?
you know we screwed up, or they screwed up, you know, messing up with their little, I don't know, their art project or whatever, and then they apologize like, "Oops, sorry, we didn't realize it was a big deal," you know, like, oopsies. Like, obviously they don't understand oopsies, but maybe watching us, they've understand we do a lot of oopsies. Like, sorry, accidents happen. Maybe
like, we're advanced, but not that advanced. Oops.
Our project, right? Like, they're just cutting our videos and stuff together, and they're like, "Oh, this is fine." I mean, I didn't know that was fake. Okay, we'll just go with it.
I'm just curious what everyone's thoughts are on that. Like, do we think that that's going to be what it is? Or do we think that it's going to be the opposite and they're just going to annihilate them at some point?
Like, he's like, "Oh, look at, they're here. They're finally forgiving us." And they're just like, how? Yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, we're going to not go back, but you guys ever seen Alien and the Mars Attacks?
I don't recall.
Where they're like, "Oh, look at, they're like, we come in peace and they're gonna be friendly," and all of a sudden they just like, just kidding.
Bunch of fakers. I know
this
range is going on. It's not as straightforward as the government is making it seem, but I'm sure the dad isn't exactly right either. Right. There's gonna be more to it. We'll find out. I'm sure Zach will find out. Some pieces are still missing. Definitely see more Zacks. Okay. Teen legit did not join the Peace Corps because her sister reminded her that we don't separate. So I wanted to join the Peace Corps when I was younger too, when I was around 18, 19. And I didn't, not because anybody told me that we don't separate, because I was like, I don't want to separate.
I don't either. Like,
I didn't want to be without my family. I didn't want to join anything.
I would like to draw attention to the fact that the both of them, one is still in her hometown and one recently moved from her hometown, and I live across the country.
yeah, you obviously don't stick together. We hear you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Listen,
You're sticking together with your
family,
but you are sticking together with your family. Like, you made a new family.
My immediate. Yeah. I said, I'm done with you fuckers.
Immediate.
Obviously.
You're immediately a bitch. much.
I mean, and I've said this before. Had Houston been stationed out of California, we're pretty sure we would have gotten married earlier or while he was in, and yeah, like it would totally been a different
scenario.
route for us.
Yeah, but you said you didn't want to marry somebody who was active.
I didn't know.
Wasn't that the whole reason?
Yes, I didn't want to, and I had that opportunity because he was still in California, stationed 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Had he been stationed, and so I was able to see him like every weekend when he was, in home. Opposed to if he was obviously almost in, where was he going to be? Wherever Lejeune is, or a couple other places. It would have, yeah, it totally would have been different. But I'm here, and everything's an option and not a forced thing. So I'm not going to choose to leave my family.
No.
But if it came to one or the other, that is an easy answer.
I thought that this was a funny one. Oh wait, what's Teen saying? I'm thinking, since no one has actually seen the aliens, just heard report the government is actually behind the whole thing. The government was behind the games and all of them and all of that.
Yeah.
That would be very interesting.
Just a whole experiment on ourselves.
This is exactly what I was
how
thinking
they
too.
react. Wait, so who are they fighting? Wait,
but they said that they know that they're squid-like.
I was gonna say they fought them.
Well, it could have been the government fighting, like sending their own like other secret subgroup to attack. Like the ultra, like they're like there's another government secretness.
Well, they got a hold of their technology, right? And so they're getting better, more resources from having used their technology. So they had to get their technology somehow.
It's all made.
They're not fighting anyone. They did mention seeing like the spider-like alien
squiddy things,
crafty things like attacking, but they could also be fake. So I agree. This is exactly what I've been thinking.
But the moon base has been attacked, but it could have been attacked by their own, right? To get them hyped up.
This is what she's saying.
Yeah.
So, Teen, is it distraction? Is it that they're bored? Is it
they should change the game from Armada to X, like that? Like somebody who just puts their billionaire money like in everything, so they could fuck around. Yeah, just call it.
Yeah, let's push
Armada.
Push the human race to see what they're capable of doing. Get us out of our comfort zone. Make us better by screwing us up.
I'm on fire.
I don't know what.
I'm so sorry.
Good night, Sherry.
I don't know where it is. You could use it though.
Don't forget we have our finale on Sunday.
No, is it this Sunday or the next Sunday?
This Sunday.
Oh, was it?
On the calendar, it's this Sunday. I was asking the other. It was a proposal, but it's Sunday.
Dominic's gonna only be on for the first hour. That's all.
Huh? No, I'll be on for the first hour, not second hour.
That's all. No biggie.
That's funny, Rebecca.
Yeah. What other questions do we have? Desiree?
This one cracked me up. As they're like, what was it? He went into like whatever room they were in, the dad wasn't in there, but the other two dudes were.
Oh,
So
oh.
here's my question. How do the people in this story comfort themselves and others? That is just, when I read that one, that's all I
Wait,
thought
so
of.
wait, what was it?
Comfort themselves and others.
Oh, and others.
Yeah.
This is where
By
these are the two
diddling do each other.
This is the two
Oh,
friends
there's
of
also
the dad.
them, right? The two friends of the dad, and then you had the older lady and whoever else.
Oh, comfort, like all the people that went off to like hibbity dibbity.
Hold on, there's a little combo here. Unless I'm wrong and misheard, did the dad say they'd captured a ship with aliens? Rebecca says that was a rumor. Teen says they were just reports of a captured ship.
I don't remember.
So we don't actually know yet what the truth is.
The truth is out there.
It is out
there. Anyway, I thought it was funny.
I can't do the X-Files sound.
I was just trying.
I know you were. You guys love the this.
Oh, I got the Scully.
Look. Yeah.
I got the Scully.
They made X-File Barbies. Did you guys know that?
No, hold on. How wide was her flip? It was like a Kelly Kapowski, or
no, half of Kelly Kapowski.
Not gonna work. Half a Kapowski. Okay.
Half a Kapowski.
That's a difference. That's like everybody knows what a half a Kapowski might be. It's something like this.
I wake up and my hair looks like Kelly Kapowski. My bangs.
Oh, I bet. Every time I have bangs, same thing. Okay.
Does anyone have any theories on what the dad and the mom talked about in there when he left?
There we go. That's a lot.
How much they loved each other and missed each other.
Like, was she ready to cut a bitch though?
No, I don't think she was. Not. I mean, had she
she never moved on. I think that says enough.
Had she heard him and talked to him before the news was informing them and all the stuff was coming to light, she would have been pissed. But I think because she had all that information already and that was happening,
yeah,
I think that made a difference. The timing made a difference for sure.
They probably talked about how to keep their son safe. I bet.
Here's the Barbie.
Makes sense. Oh yeah, that's a half a Kapowski.
But it's an extra whoop-de-doo.
Aren't they cute though?
Do you think I'm spooky? That's what Mulder says.
Oh, that's a good. Yes, yeah. Probably saying that. Don't like keep him safe. Yeah. I kept him safe all these years. Now he's in your hands. You better not. Like, I never killed him, so you better not kill him.
Probably him saying he was sorry. Oh my God, same. When she did the dinner for breakfast thing, I thought for sure she was in on it and knew the dad was alive. And the EDA had let her know they were picking Zack up that day, like a going away meal.
I did have that theory too, that she.
Oh my God, I had that little hope, but I was like, there's no fucking way the government is that nice.
With her not like dating, I had that theory as well.
But she did not like freak out as much as a mama would. So I was like, ooh, maybe. Like, if I found out she was on fucking out in space on the moon and didn't fucking say anything and just disappeared all day and all this crazy alien shit is about to happen, I would freak out a lot more than that mama did. So maybe she knew a little something.
Well, do you think that the store guy told her?
Well, no.
I love the store guy.
She was in love with her husband, right? And still is. And he had all his conspiracy theories. And so she probably heard them all and, saw everything. And maybe she was like, maybe she had a little hope in the back of her head that he was off doing some kind of mission with all the crazy theories and everything.
Possible. I mean, let's not forget that she also is a video game geek herself, and she has always been that way. So it's possible that she knows a lot more than Zack thinks she knows. And it's possible that she knows a lot more than Xavier thinks she knows.
Yeah. Again, based off like because he had all his notes and his journals.
And none of it was
and she
hidden.
had to have read them.
Yeah, none of it's hidden. It's not like
Yeah.
she was hiding it. It's not like she was like, oh, well, these are all his things and I should keep them for my son. It was probably more like, I'm going to let him have access
Yeah.
to all of this.
So none of the stuff happening is nothing she's never heard of
Bingo.
before.
It's not news. Yeah, not breaking news.
Yeah.
I've had so much water today. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Tasha Tingle!
Where's my banner? Where is it? I gotta put it up. I can't find it.
Listen, Jessica, I need to know. Did you fucking finish this bullshit? I need to know. And I need for you to post a picture. Because
Gotta make one.
My little tippy broke last week. And I can't figure out what the hell to do next. If somebody has like a video of them doing it or how it's done.
That thing.
Yeah, I really want to finish it. I was trying to do it during the lives, but there's no way I'm gonna get that far.
Did you finish it, Jessica? We don't have photos.
Not yet.
Has
anybody fucked with this yet? Their little alien spaceship.
I'm trying to make like alien sounds.
Same. Wasn't sure if I succeeded.
No, I'm not.
Girl, you better. But also, I need somebody to show me what to do from step after step 4.
How? You're only at step 4? How many steps are there total? Well,
I say step.
Started.
I say step, but it shows. Let's see. It shows that there is a total of like 15 pieces, and so like you've got like step 1. Oh, it's not gonna work. But like in step 4, you have 3, 4, and 5 in that single step. And then the next one is 6 and 7. And then you have 8, 9, 10. And then you have 11 and 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you should be ready to finish, like put them together and be done. So I'm just fucking confused. So, Routine, what do you mean everything is packed up with your library stuff? What does that mean?
Are you leaving? Are you going to the moon?
Are you taking it to a library? Are you donating it because you were like, fuck this shit, I can't figure it out?
Dean is going to the dark side of the moon.
Are you packing up because you are about to create an epic library in your house that Belle herself will be jealous of?
All good questions. All good questions. Desiree, do we have another?
Seriously,
question?
you guys.
Speaking of questions.
Let me.
We're just about done since it is a Monday.
Yeah.
Let's see if I have one more question. Let's just
I'm
grab
building
a
library in my guest room.
Oh, fun.
That's exciting.
Can you post like as it begins?
Updates. I would love library updates. I would give you guys library updates, but like I don't have any since wallpaper went up.
Hey, just photo every process.
There you go.
Things take a while. Perfection.
I'm excited.
Slowly.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Or quickly.
We could have done that too in our guest room, but I was like, no, I'm going to put it in the main room because I want to look at them. They're for me.
Is this book realistic?
Of all the questions, Desiree, yes, obviously it's realistic. We have a solar system.
Thank you. We have a moon and a Jupiter.
Realistic in that the government is controlling the games to create pilots
Totally
to be able
realistic.
to put them on the moon.
Totally realistic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to. You know what? I don't have a photo, so I will take you guys to see my wallpaper. How about that? We'll go
I think it's realistic.
Little field trip.
I do.
Is this book fate or free will?
I would say it's all free will at this point.
Yeah.
Feeling.
Yeah. Is it free will? If you're
I think it's all
being like,
everybody has a choice. He could say no. He chose not to.
Yeah. I mean,
was it a choice when he was a child being like basically groomed for that position?
Ew,
I wouldn't say he was groomed for it. I'd say like that's just like his
video games. Like it's his dad's interest, and it was the one thing that he could like connect with that his dad was a part of. I don't think that's a grooming necessarily. I just think that there's my paper.
It is beautiful.
No, he started playing the game, yes, but you're missing that he's then playing this game and he's being taught how to be a pilot and a fighter and whatever else to be able to do that in their like Space Force-ish thing, right? When he's of age, right? So he's being groomed without his knowledge to be able to be a pilot.
The dad
doesn't
even
have
said
any
he was
connection to anyone. I mean,
the dad.
It has nothing to do with being a connection. I'm saying that he that's not free will.
Remember, the dad was like even surprised that like that's what the path that went down. That was never.
There's my paper, and it's you can't tell, but the background is it's a very dark green. You can't tell because it's very evening here.
I think. Yeah, no, I think it's.
I don't know. Can't tell. Maybe lights in here would matter. Can't tell against that green, can you? I don't know. I still think it's free will, and I don't think that he was groomed. I think that he chose and sought out video games. I think he enjoyed it. I think that it was something that his mom and him connected on.
I think just what was around him and his dad's memorabilia just kind of.
I agree.
It just kind of connected him and put the interest there, but the dad didn't leave his stuff on purpose for that purpose.
No, I'm not saying the dad did it, right? So obviously the boy sought it out, it was there, whatever. What I'm saying is once he started playing the game, then he's already he's getting good at it.
Yeah, once he was playing the game that he chose to play, once he was good at it because he just was naturally good. Yeah, the guy
that's assuming that people who are naturally good at something have no other choice but to do it. And bitch, you're naturally
that's not what
good
I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm not saying
like
what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? I didn't know I was saying that.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like you're saying that I'm saying. But what I'm saying is after he starts playing, right? The government already knows, like, hey, this kid is playing this fucking video game.
He's
now
good,
we're keyed in on the fact that he's So he's being groomed without his knowledge because they're making him like he's then playing this game, and then they already fucking know that they're going to set him up just like the store guy went and gave him the newest whatever control shit, whatever it was, right? To make sure he was ready to go on his fucking way.
They were making sure he was ready.
Wasn't within his wheel. Like he didn't know that's what was happening, right? He thought
he was
like
I feel like he wasn't being groomed because that was
dad liked it.
Well, he wasn't being groomed because that was his dad. He was being groomed more so of not being so temperamental because of his skills. The reason why he was on their radar because they were focused on people's scores and they were focused on how good people were, and he just so happened to be
like make someone perfect or fantastic at something, and he talks about fluctuating like being good sometimes and being shitty sometimes and how hard it is to like stay on top. But I mean, you can't like make someone perfect and then say that they like still have had no choice. Like his mom's a gamer, his dad was a gamer. He didn't get to know his dad. you know, as far as he knows, like he's just choosing something that connects him more with his dad. He listens to his dad's music while he plays. He wears his dad's jacket.
That's still not the side I'm talking about, though. That's
I
not what I'm talking
understand
about.
that, but what I'm saying
But we're
is
saying that it's those things. She's saying it's those things that got him where he is, not anything else. So that's answering the questions. It's that is what brought him there, and not being groomed to that position.
I agree. At this point, duress, coercion, when they touched down, they were like, hey, like, you've been chosen. You're the best amongst the best. And we need you to come do this thing. Like, at that point, it's like, maybe he's like, oh, I can't really decide anything else, but he can. They still gave him that choice. He still made his decision.
Mm-hmm. He was even like saying, I'm gonna leave, and then they called him like what, chicken or baby or whatever. Like, you can go.
So you mean they bullied him until he decided to go?
It was a one, not until they just said one thing.
I'm just saying that I don't feel like he had necessarily free will. Once they got their eye on him,
he still chose to say yes.
The game. No, he chose.
Being bullied doesn't mean that he doesn't have a choice.
He did not choose to go beyond that, right? Once they realized how good he was, now their eye is on him.
Yeah,
now they want to make sure that he has all of the new, uppity shit to make sure that he can.
But he didn't have all the new uppity shit.
That's
he
true.
still had the poor shit.
He didn't have it until recently.
This is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not actually free will.
Is it not then at any moment when it's life or death for everyone if you make a choice?
That's in the end,
you don't have a choice. In an emergent situation, you don't have a choice. That's what it's saying. Here, if you guys are saying that in a major situation where shit has hit the fan, you do not have a choice. You have already had your decision made for you. That is not the case, though. We are adults, and given the situation, we still have a choice. We can decide, nope, I'm going to stay with my family and I'll die with them and that'll be fine. Or I'll go fight for the fucking globe for no reason, hoping that I get to see them and that I get to return, or that I get to give them a life beyond this. That's still a choice that we get to make, whether you're 19 or 90. You still get to make that choice.
Is it?
And
think about the draft.
It is still a choice, because you could still choose, no, go pick somebody else. I'll die with my fam.
In a draft?
In a draft what?
In a draft. Like in the draft in America, in the draft. No, you do not have a fucking choice.
It isn't a draft.
That you have a choice to.
But that's it's like the same idea to me is that right? He doesn't actually have the choice to really say no.
He did. He just felt guilty and
yeah, feeling guilty for your choice is not the same as not having one.
Yeah.
The draft, there was no choice.
Like it was
there was no
if you're not if you don't go, you're arrested.
Or this bad thing happens, you're gonna be arrested, you're gonna get in trouble.
So you have a choice. And some people chose to escape, some people chose Canada, some people chose.
So I guess maybe I missed something in the book because I took it as what was happening in the book was that he was going, right? He didn't have a choice. That's how I read it. So maybe I just missed something in the first couple of weeks that I needed to retain that I did not. Because I did not take what I read
all of
as optional.
I guess it can just go over our perception of what free will is. Also.
I agree. It does feel forced, but the thing is it is still a choice. Even if it was the wrong one, and even if it was one that you didn't realize had such long-term consequences, it is still a choice. Which is why
maybe I need to go back and reread.
It doesn't matter. The point is that he was given. He was like, "Oh, there's no time to read all this. It wouldn't matter anyway."
You don't have to
He
reread. This
wants
is
to
still
do
an
what he wants to
opinion.
do. He's
And
still
you're
Well, no, that's what I'm
18-year-old.
saying. I guess I'm missing where, like, she's saying, you know, it feels forced, like, even for the dad. So that's why I'm like, did the dad even actually be
Well,
given a choice? So again, I think I
again,
need to go back and reread it. So then,
well,
because maybe I
guilt,
missed it.
Or maybe
guilt,
finish reading it and then we'll see what happens.
guilt is a strong driving force into people's decision making.
I agree.
And so that's where I think we're coming from is a decision was still made. It was highly influenced, but
So he's strong armed into it. That doesn't represent free will to me.
again, that's why I was saying that can come to a difference of what our version of free will is.
I think that it also
You know what I
I
mean?
guess.
Like,
matters to know what someone's breaking point is for something like that. If you want to say like strong armed into it, he wasn't strong armed. He was, given information that everybody knew that he would take in a certain way. That's more coercion, not strong armed necessarily, but also, again, at the end
How
of
is
the
that
day,
not the same thing?
okay, so he still had a choice. Anyone who's strong armed still has a choice. You can still choose the thing that is the opposite of what someone is trying to get you to do. You can still choose that no matter what the outcome may be.
I guess I'm coming at this from this point of view with my kids. They'll say like, well, they always say like, give their reasons why they did something, and in the end, I'm like, you had a choice.
Yeah.
You chose the easy way out.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And they'll always say,
you're
well,
not the actual government.
Well,
it doesn't matter if it's the government, if it's your fucking parents in your household. The point is, the end of
What?
the day,
Parents,
How is
given
it
a
not
choice
different?
to do something.
because the parents are kind of like the
parents
government
not
to
raise their
kids.
kids to have similar beliefs to their own? Yes. Is that coercion? No. That's just, this is what I believe, and this is what I'm going to share with you because I think it's what's right for you. And that's what you do. And that's, again, whether our government does that all the time or not, it doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, we still have a choice. This isn't a fucking draft.
We can choose
Given the
to
opportunity
like
or no. Just like anytime any one of us are given currently a choice, even if we feel strong armed or coerced, at the end
there's
of the
still
day,
an option.
we still have that choice.
And what do you want? You want to go the easy route, the hard route? Yeah, obviously the easy route is easier, or what have you. But there are people that would choose the opposite as well.
Yeah. Is it easier to stay home and just say, nah, it's cool, I'm gonna let somebody else fight this battle? Yeah, that is easier. I do think that it is harder to make the choice to have to fight for the good of all humanity, but
They'd have a case in court, but not on free will. That's free will is not the what would be taken to court though.
No, it wouldn't
it
be
would
about free
not.
will. It'd be about the fact that he was forced to do something that
He
he
wasn't
didn't
forced.
necessarily want to do.
He wasn't held
Our
at gunpoint.
version of force,
Family was not held at
is a
gunpoint.
different definition.
And that's
So
what I'm
we're gonna
saying.
have
That's what I
to
was
agree to
saying.
disagree.
Well, that's what I was saying. It all depends on what your definite of what you feel free will is, what you feel coercion is. It all like, and that's why there's juries, right? You got to get like 12 people.
Yeah, who all have different
No,
there's only
experiences.
3
I
of us.
hear you. That's why I'm just saying though that I think that our definition for what free will might be and
that's
what
what
is not free will, I think that definition alone, just looking at that, I think it's different.
Yeah, that's what I think what it comes down to.
That's all right. I just don't think that it was, well, if you don't do this, then this thing will happen. He was never told that. He was never told, like, we're going to do something if you don't choose this. And
They
that's
just said you could be like a chicken or whatever. And that was
He
like,
hasn't
look at
been
that was like
bullied.
Marty McFly. And I know they said the word chicken, but remember, like, oh, you could just go home and be a
Right.
crybaby, or I forget how they worded it. But that's the same thing as like go to Back to the Future, and they called Marty McFly a chicken, so that forced him to make that choice because he was called a chicken.
Are you saying that everyone who's bullied ever is automatically going to make the decision to just go with whatever the bully says? No.
There's a difference between a bully and you're dealing with like the direct, right? In the book, we're talking about the direct government, right? So if your government came to your door right now and said, get the fuck out, let's go, you got some shit to do in space. And
There's a lot of
that's
people
the
that
end
fight the
of the
government.
sentence, right?
Hey, I'm the
So
man.
there is you, right? No, absolutely. And I know a friend of ours absolutely did, especially during the COVID years, right? He was like about to be court-martialed and then some shit happened. But so yes, I agree with that on one hand, but then you're talking about like a child, a fucking child, right? Who is then told,
How many
hey,
children
let's go do
like
this.
how many times do we tell our children exactly what to do and like you're gonna
Do it
get
now.
your ass beating if
Are
and
we
then,
not like teaching
do
them
they
to obey immediately?
and we're like, you're gonna get consequences, and they choose not to listen as much as we try to force them
And then we're
to.
like, well, you made a choice and now you have the consequence. Well, the choice to not going is maybe Earth perishes. But
And my kids
again, bring
make
it
a
right
lot of
here.
choices.
If somebody shows up at my door and says they need me immediately, then my skill set is an auto negotiation.
But if you're a child, you don't have that wherewithal.
Some do.
How old is this child?
He's an adult.
18.
Yeah.
His dad was
Technically an
19
adult.
with a child and a wife.
He's 19. And do
Shut
I believe
up.
that I would have made the best decision?
Stupid. Listen, I understand Emmanuel too, probably, but also that was the
Well,
difference
Houston wants to go to
between,
Mars, right?
where she was
Like
talking about
yesterday.
men and women, right?
Houston wants to go
What?
to Mars. Like Houston wants to go to Mars yesterday.
Listen, we do questions at our table,
fly
and one
his
of them
Cybertruck
was
there.
like, you could go into space, but what was it? You go into space and either you could take your family or not take your family, or whatever. I was like, I'm not going to space. Absolutely not. I will not be the founding father of space.
No, Houston wants to be the
No,
founding
go.
father in
Bye.
Mars, and he was like, "Let's go." I'm like, "I'll miss you. I will miss you deeply. I'm not going to Mars if that's an option."
I guess maybe, teen, this is what I'm saying. That's kind of a better way of like saying it, right? Where like it's not really a choice when you're either told to eat shit or snort shit, right? Like either way, there's shit going into your
but
body.
either way, you
Well,
have to
you're
make
not
which
really
given
you have to pick
an
what shit you want to
actual
get
shit.
into.
It's still a choice.
You still have to
still
pick what
get
shit
to
you
put
want.
your shit into the stick.
If they're both
I don't-
shitty, you have to you're picking what shit you want to
Yeah.
lay in.
Yeah. You're just
But
like,
that's not
well,
an
this one's crap,
actual.
but
If they're both
Not an
shitty,
actual choice.
I think that this is where like your autism kicks in and you're like looking at it very black and white.
I
Very
already said that we have to agree to disagree. I was fine
Yeah.
with that.
no, I'm totally
5
fine with
minutes ago.
that, and that's what I was saying in the beginning. Because we all have our different viewpoints of the definition of what
absolutely.
this is.
Absolutely.
But it still makes it fun to talk about. It makes it fun.
Listen, I'm not snorting shit and I am not eating shit.
Well, you were just given a
go
choice. Pick one.
and fuck shit. Huh? Absolutely not. No.
There is you don't get to choose. So like
So then fate was her death.
Not doing it.
Okay, so you just
See?
say goodbye
Exactly.
to your family.
So there it is. Where you are given 2 shit choices, right? Or death. So
you were given 3
we have a third
shit choices and death. You had 4. You were
of shit.
The
and
point is that no one in this story is asking what happens if I don't. There is no like you can choose left, you can choose right, and what if I don't choose? No one asks that. So the fact that
isn't that the
you
point?
are asking that does not
like
mean that you are a main character in this fucking story. That's the point. You are not the main character in this story because you are not.
That wasn't your question cards. They really like got us going.
The shit over here is bad. The shit over here is
question.
Bad.
Okay. You're getting really upset that we can't agree.
No, I'm
and
not.
So we just have to agree to disagree.
There's no upsetness.
Thank you. I'm totally not upset. I was actually just trying to explain, but that's fine because you clearly don't want anyone to. That's all right.
What do you mean? I listened to you explain. I feel like we don't agree.
Are you upset?
But you continue on and on trying to prove your point, and then when I do, it's all of a sudden, no, it's fine. We're not going to agree. Immediately.
I literally stopped. We were talking about fucking Houston going into space. And then we had more comments. I just popped the comments up. It wasn't
This is a Monday.
It is a Monday. I'm so tired.
All right, guys. So go ahead and finish your books this week. We will see everyone back on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to figure out how it ends.
Yeah, we are.
Crazy fucking conspiracy now that Desiree is finally invested is important or not. So
I was about to say the last word of the last chapter, but I don't even want to say that.
So we're gonna give
away. I don't even know. I don't want to go there. I thought it was gonna be some random word.
We're gonna give our bitch reviews on Sunday, and we will also do our giveaway for the month as well as casting our characters. I know that this is set to be a film at some point, but it currently is not. So feel free after I post our final discussion to go ahead and add in whatever characters you see.
Really? It's
Really
set
what?
to be a movie? I guess I assumed for some reason that it already was.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Don't be silly.
You know what it is? It's because of Ready Player One. That's why.
Yeah.
Because that was a movie.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Anyways, so we will see everybody back on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific for more bullshit.
Yeah. Lots of fun bullshit.
Have a good night, bitches. We'll see you next week. No, Sunday, this week.
Sunday. Yes.
We'll see you Sunday.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
bitches.
night.